Happy Thursday. Man, what a day. Thursday is my public facing day. Started with Movement Makers. Then we had interviews and IG lives and podcasts all day long. I love it. Making an impact. And now we're here. So let's bring in Drew. And Drew is in the house.
Yo, yo, yo.
There he is. Let me turn you up a little bit there. All right. All right. What are we working on here? Cat meows. Where's the cat? So were you in the session this morning, Drew, or what happened there?
I got in at like.
Did you miss a lot?
So my call with
Team.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay, yeah. My call with
Team.
the
Client.
team. yes. The team went from 10 until 11, so I came in like a little bit after 11.
Oh, okay. So you're there for most of it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
I mean, it was just a giant Q&A session.
Yeah, that's all it was. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do about that.
What do you mean?
Well, what did you think about it? Yeah, I mean, you've been to.
I mean, so for somebody like me, obviously, like I get to pick your brain pretty regularly, so I don't necessarily feel like I have any major questions that I have for you. But obviously, people who aren't hanging around you on a day-by-day basis, it gives them the opportunity to kind of get a more specific question. I felt like, at least for the questions that I listened to and whatnot, it was very. It felt like it fell in the same general vein that you get with your Q&A on IG Lives, as well as like if you're doing a webinar and that kind of thing, Q&A.
Hey, Wheels and Warriors! Talking about Movement Makers today. I'd love your feedback on what you thought. Format.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Maybe I don't remember, to be honest.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that's fine. But okay, yeah, it's true. You're an unfair example, but a lot of the content you probably hear too.
Yeah.
So on my more structured presentations, you would get a lot of that content too.
Yeah.
And most people don't get a chance to even in a Q&A format. Most people didn't ask a question. Like, you're there to listen and learn from the others.
Yeah.
But okay, so
yeah, I mean, I would say like it's always nice to be a fly on the wall to some of those conversations, but some of it might be either these are problems that I used to have, or these are problems that I will ultimately have.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So.
All right. I mean, I liked it, but
Of course you did.
But I mean, I like everything Movement Maker, so it's not a great barometer.
Well, and the other reason why you liked it is because it probably took you like 0 time to prep.
I don't mind the work, to be honest. I don't mind prepping.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of times with the Movement Makers presentations, it sometimes forces me to make content that I've never made before.
Yeah.
And we get to deep dive on something specific where a lot of if it's just general Q&A, can be a little all over the place. I wasn't there, unfortunately. I was tired and slept through it. I only made the reader group. All right. Okay, no problem. Well, if you watch the replay, let me know what you think. We did it was just all Q&A. All Q&A. I mean, we'll see what people say. I guess my concern was if that's a regular thing, like if people want that every month, I feel like or every 2 weeks or whatever, I feel like we lose the community vibe part of it.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, it depends on if some of the topics like relate to like some of the challenge stuff and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the challenge stuff helps, but not everybody does the challenge. And not everybody sticks around for the breakout rooms either. But a good chunk do.
So in your opinion, it didn't quite have the same je ne sais quoi. Is what I'm hearing.
For me, it's better because when you guys are in breakout rooms, I have nothing to do.
So it's better for the long form Q&A.
I mean, I enjoy it more because I have something to do the whole time. But
Yeah.
But it's not. I enjoy both. It's not. I'm really thinking more about the members than me or my time or what I'm putting into it.
I mean, have you like if you're not doing anything during the breakout sessions, any reason you don't just like pop into a breakout room?
The vibe changes when I'm there.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Then it becomes about like it. I have
you
done it.
Become the center of attention.
Yeah, and then it becomes Q&A. Well, what do you think I should do about that, Evan? Then it becomes a Q&A session.
Yeah.
Instead of the members helping each other. So
that's true.
I've done that a couple times. One just for fun, and a couple times with like for whatever reason, one group ends up being super small, or somebody drops, or has connection issues, or whatever, and like there's 3 people in one group, so I would join in. But yeah, that's what ended up happening, and I don't mind it, but that's not the point.
Yeah. I get you.
So that was Huh.
Interesting. Okay. Can I borrow a villager?
Why? What are you doing? No.
I just want to get the trade achievement at build level. That's all I want to do.
You gotta ask Nina. This is a Drew rule. This whole no villager thing was set up because of you, Drew.
But I mean, like, I'm literally going to make a bubble elevator for the villager to go up, and then I'm going to push him off. Because I don't know what you do with a villager once it's at build level.
I think you just got to go after other achievements, Drew. There's lots of other achievements to go after.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this is your bed. You have to sleep in it now, Drew.
the bed that was given to me.
Yeah, by your actions.
You people.
Okay, I missed some stuff. Brian in the house. All right, what's Brian got for us? Evan man, it's Brian again. Forgot what you suggested for us. Discord and something else for finding gamers and geeks for dating coaching. Twitch. If you're going after gamers, Twitch. Discord and Twitch. YouTube. YouTube is still great for sure, but Twitter is increasingly important in the gamer community, but Twitch for sure. Brian says, I love how Movement Makers is set up, but I do wish we had more topics that actually applied to us. Yeah. Well, so what were you there today, Brian? We're talking about today's session because it was a little different. It was just straight Q&A. No breakout rooms or anything, just 100% Q&A. So I was getting feedback on it. But if you weren't there, that's no problem. Wheels and Warren says, I think doing a Q&A session every other Movement Makers wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, it could also be that. Listen, if everybody says, yeah, that was good as a one-off or once a quarter or whatever, that's cool. That's fine. I'm not actually super worried about that. It's more that was the best thing ever. We need to do that every time. Then I worry about the community. I don't want it just to be about me. I'm happy to always deliver content, of course, but I want you to be able to connect to each other. I know there's been amazing things that have happened in the breakout sessions that's what I am.
Well, I mean, you also like gave us the option of having.
Yeah, I could just force it to say, okay, guys, breakout time after 45 minutes, just turn it over. I think 5 people said no breakouts, keep going. 1 person said, I don't care. Either way is good for me. And so we just kept going.
I'm pretty sure I was the either way.
Oh, there you go. You were the either way. So that doesn't even count then.
Of course.
If Drew was the one who said either way, it doesn't count, guys. Oof. Yeah. So, yeah, but I always love trying to figure out a way to bring more value. So I like format changes. I mean, I think it started because Melanie last time was frustrated that she didn't get her question answered at the end of the thing. So she said, I'd love to have a session with just Q&A. So,
Yeah.
and that's what everybody voted on. So now we've run it. And then, what did we think? Do we run it back every now and then? Nobody's all going to agree, right? I mean, everybody has their own ideas, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I like getting just a general sentiment. Like, where are we? What are you guys feeling? What do we want to do?
Yep.
And hopefully we land somewhere that people can be happy with. Brian says, I love the Q&A at the end because I love the Q&A at the end because when I was with Brendan Bouchard, chances of that was very low. Okay. Mine in the house. Hello, everyone. Hey, Mine. Welcome. We've been talking a little bit of Movement Makers format, but open to what's on your mind as well. Always great to have you. We tried a different format today inside Movement Makers, so every time there's something new, I like getting feedback, seeing what people think, how to keep making things better. Sandra says, thanks, Evan, for your video game. Ooh, what's my video game? Thanks, Evan, for your video game. What is my video game? This is very exciting. I don't know what my video game is. Like playing here while answering questions? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, I have a silly question. Do you have Prime?
I don't know.
Like Amazon Prime?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, if you do, you get free RP with League.
Oh, I don't need RP.
I know you don't need RP, but I was perusing around. I got an email saying, "Oh, get your capsule," and it comes with 650 RP. It's like, oh,
all right.
Sweet.
I don't think we use Prime, but I don't know, to be honest. That's a Nina question.
That's a Nina question.
I don't know what we. Yeah, I don't pay attention to that stuff. Brian says, just hang out on Twitch then, do our lives there. And so what you're saying is not Reddit, Twitter, and then post a YouTube a week plus hang out on Twitch and Discord. I also agree we need Q&A. All right, okay. I'm lots of Q&A vibes. I like it. Yeah, so it's Brian, it's about building relationships, right? So if you're hanging out in somebody's Twitch, you're giving feedback, you're asking questions. What ends up happening is people then say, "Hey, what do you do, Brian?" Like, "Oh, we work on relationships. We have our own show." Then what they do is they check out your channel. Maybe they raid your channel. Right? It's just about building relationships. You become known as the guy who does relationships on Twitch. And then that leads to opportunities. So you're not trying to hard sell anybody on anything. You're just building relationships inside the community that you want to be known for. And listen, most people aren't talking about relationships, and a lot of gamers have relationship issues. So you become the default guy. It's very low competition in terms of standing out. Did I get that right? I turned that upside down. That's fine. That one's upside down, so that one just needs to be straight. All right, cool. Wheels and Warriors says, do the questions but keep the rooms. All right. Yeah, it's an option too. 45 minutes, just answer questions, 45 minutes, and then keep the rooms. There was also no theme, although like themes started to evolve. Right? Like, oh, that was cool. Let me follow up on that person's question. And that led to more questions. All right. Brian says, I wasn't there today, was super busy, but we need just Q&A session maybe once a month because it helps us too. All right. Well, I mean, that could work. If it's once a month, main theme topic, once a month Q&A.
I mean, it's not that much different than the way that you've got Brandlytics set up, yeah? Because like Brandlytics, you do the channel breakdown for a person every other.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually boils down into, while yes, you're primarily talking about the person who you're whose channel you're looking at, people will interject with kind of their own questions about things on that person's channel that relate to their own.
Sure. And then even with Brandlytics, so it's still then half Q&A at the end, right? Like it's breakdown for the first 45, 30, the first 30, half, and then the second half is Q&A with everybody. I guess what it prevents is like we're not really going as deep into things. And I could always share screen, and I can always pull up, channels or like, hey, what do you think about this? And I could just pull it up on screen and talk about it too.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried about that. It's still just a community. I want people to connect to each other more. So apart from the challenge, I don't know if the challenge is enough. Listen, if everybody says no, the challenge is enough, that was great. Like, okay.
Whatever happened to the I know that there was it was more of a logistics problem, but like having movement maker people like be buddied up for a month kind of deal.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Not quite a disaster. So we had I forget what we called it, mastermind calls or something.
Yeah, something like that.
What was the problem with that? The problem with that is people couldn't connect to each other. People like didn't always show up when they said they would. Yell and I had to do a lot of kind of chasing people down, and then if somebody had a bad experience, we tried to kind of guarantee them a good experience the next time. That we tried that for I think 2 months, maybe 3, and it just was not. It was not getting the pickup and not getting the results, I guess, that we were looking for. Mm-hmm. So then that led to breakout rooms, and people love the breakout rooms.
Yeah. Huh.
So.
Yeah, because I feel like with the challenge, you're kind of essentially trying to do the same thing, more or less.
It could be. I mean, the challenge is all it's public facing, so you're not ever sharing. You might be, but you're gonna say different things when you know everything's being recorded and is live public than you would otherwise.
Yeah, this is true.
So, and even in hearing about, hey, here's my takeaway, here's my plan of action, it could inspire you to want to do something as well. I don't know. Listen, I'm open. If you guys say breakout rooms suck, good experiment.
I don't think anybody's saying breakout rooms suck.
Well, whatever. Like the yeah, sure, yes, that's a little aggressive, but we prefer this. Great, all I'll do is what people are finding the most valuable. So, well, we'll see. Brian says, I wish breakout rooms were longer, though, because some dominate the question part.
Yeah, this is true. You get a little bit of that.
And I mean, it started being, we made it a lot longer. Like, it used to be, when we first did it was like 15 minutes or something. Now, I think you got over half an hour, 35 minutes or something. And then come back to me at the end altogether. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna get people like, yes, the breakout rooms should be longer, and we want more Q&A, which should be longer. So we'll see where that all leads us. I'm excited. I'm not expecting to get a consensus on anything. I just like getting a general pulse. Anytime we try something new, it's like, oh, what did you think about that? And sometimes it leads to changes. Wheels and Wars says, my one word is empowerment. I want to end the stigma of disability and empower disabled people. Part of what I want to do is educate able-bodied people about how to interact with disabled people and build community. I'm wondering what my audience is because there's a mix of people in what I do. Ooh, you know what that reminds me of? The guy who did, was it Honest Conversations with a Black Man or Awkward Conversations with a Black Man? I don't know if you've seen that series, but I don't know if it's still out too, but I know when the George Floyd thing happened, and obviously lots of people protesting and everything else. I think the first episode was Matthew McConaughey, where he came on and basically asked this guy, a black guy, questions. So it was awkward or honest conversation with the black guy, and it was things that if you're not black, you may be curious about, but not sure what to say. So that's where I think a model could work for you, where you're either with somebody or even on your own, asking the questions that people ask that maybe they're talking to themselves about or wondering, but they're too embarrassed to ask. Like, can I say this to this person? And you answer those questions. That could be a cool series as well. That actually allows you to address both markets. You know, you're targeting the disabled market as well as the people who are able-bodied who are wondering, what's the best way to interact? I don't want to offend somebody. It's like people are afraid of there's some people who just purposely offend people, right? Okay, that's not who we're targeting. But the people who are afraid of saying the wrong thing end up saying nothing, and then it doesn't foster a conversation. So, yeah, I would look at that series as an example. Maybe you could play something off of it. Ashish on YouTube says, "Hi, Evan. What do you think about metaverse? How's it going to create new business opportunities and change people's lives?" Oh man, we're still so early into that, but that's where everything is going. Like we are definitely going to be living our lives in the metaverse. Who's going to win? I don't know. Is it going to be Zuckerberg? I don't know. Facebook stock is taking a tanking right now.
25% in 2 days.
All the tanking.
All the tanking.
All the tanking, as Drew would say. It's taking all the tanking. But, yeah, it's going to transform every industry. So if you're excited by it, I mean, that was still a lot further away. You know, I mean, Oculus or headset adoption is definitely getting better, but it's still not mainstream. Most people don't have a headset. Right? Not yet. It's still super weird. I think the NFT rush is getting people on board things faster, but metaverse stuff is still a long way away. But it's happening. Brian says if they leave during the breakouts, then they're not meant to be there. Not necessarily. That's why I haven't showed up lately, because of not having topics relevant to the business. Yeah, like if the topic's not relevant, it's not the only thing that we end up talking about, but sure, I understand. If they don't want to do Q&A at the breakout rooms, some people are just shy, you know, like some people, it takes a while. You know, look at the challenge. Look at the challenge, for example. Not everybody's done the challenge. Angela, who's one of our longest term movement makers, this was the first time she completed the challenge in, I don't know how many we've done, 6, 5, you know? No, more than 3.
Yeah, 3.
No, Drew, come on. We had momentum. We started in like October, yeah. November.
It was like end of November when that first kicked off, I thought.
No. We've definitely had more than 3. Definitely. I mean, I get my numbers wrong all the time on things, but we've definitely had more than 3.
What? Impact? We had momentum, and then what was the one for December? It was not caring.
Oh my god, am I gonna have to go look it up? We have definitely had more.
Let's see. Challenge. Okay, here we go.
All right, go for it. Anyway, while Drew looks that up, so Angela, this is the first time she completed it in 4, 5, or 6 challenges that we've done so far. But this doesn't mean she's not a great member. Like, she's a great member. She just hasn't done it, you know. And people have different reasons for not doing things. And for the breakout rooms, a lot of people are shy or scared or introverted, and I get it. I hate breakout rooms, but it's also so valuable, especially when you're with the right people. So I wouldn't say it's not like they're the wrong fit if they're not in the breakout room.
Okay, 4. Impact, resilience, gratitude, and momentum.
Impact, resilience, gratitude, and momentum.
Yep.
Maybe I might be October, November, December, January. Today's the 5th. This is the 5th. Maybe it's 4 or 5. It's definitely more than 3.
Not that many more than 3.
Well, it's still more than 3. That's a good 25% more than 3 at least. Well, actually more. No, that's a third. It's a third more than 3, which is a big deal. It's a big deal, guys. That is a big deal. All right, this is getting done. Brian says, is there an option to have us all click once the breakout rooms are done so it notifies you in Zoom that we're all done? Is there an option to have us all click once the breakout rooms are done so it notifies you on Zoom that we're all done? The only option I know of is that when you can send messages. So Yelena will send a message 5 minutes before and I think 10 minutes before the breakout session ends. And then at 1 minute before you close the rooms, and it has a minute to come back. So you have a minute to end to come back to the main room. You can always leave earlier. But yeah, that's what's built in as far as I know. Artificial intelligence got stuck in a parking lot. So much snow. Oof. Sorry, man. Yeah.
This is like the smallest mushroom field ever.
Oh, that was totally random, Drew. I thought we were talking about parking lots and snow.
I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's maybe 25 blocks in this mushroom field.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What mushroom field?
Or it's like in the middle of the ocean. It's so weird.
Oh gosh,
I was flying in like like an ice biome, and all of a sudden there's warm water everywhere, like just in a singular circle, just in the middle of the ice biome, and it's like that's weird.
Oh my gosh, Drew. Here I was thinking Drew was going to share some insightful knowledge on us here.
No, sorry.
That's a small mushroom field. All right.
What?
All right. All right. Let me see. What else we got? Brian says, yeah, that's me afraid of saying the wrong thing sometimes. Yeah. And that's part of, I mean, hopefully we create an environment where people do feel comfortable sharing things. And relatively, not relatively, hopefully a very safe environment. If it's only relatively, then we're not doing a good enough job. But yeah, people are afraid to say the wrong things. So we want to give people a safe space to do it. And I think the support, like the community is just, it's really helpful to have so that you're not doing this by yourself. So anyway, we'll see what everybody says. It's just a one-time thing that we did today, but we'll see. Maybe it turns into something much bigger. I don't like how this looks. If I put stuff on the outside like that, no, it doesn't look good either. Oof, guys. Fails. How about just that? That's not very good either. What if we put it here and in the middle? How does that look? It's a little better. It's a little better. Okay. I don't want to be in the metaverse. You still have some time. Like it's one of the, even when it becomes mainstream, it'll still take a long time before you have to have it, right? It's like you could have gone a long time without having a cell phone. When did cell phones first come out? You could have gone a long time without having to have a cell phone. Now you can do it, but it's going to cause probably a lot of frustration for you.
I feel like we kind of already live in the metaverse arena. The only Web3 is basically just rather than looking at everything through a 2D box, it's how do I bring what's in that 2D box to be more contextual to the world around me.
You said a whole bunch of words there, Drew. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean? You don't understand what I'm saying?
I do not.
Okay, so what is the metaverse in reality? It is a digital manifestation of the world such that you can interact with things that are digital and that don't necessarily pertain to the physical world. Okay. Everything that you do on a computer, on your cell phone, is interacting with the digital world, but it is through the conduit of a screen.
Okay.
The metaverse, as a concept, is more about creating contextual context to what is digital and bringing it to
This guy.
the physical space.
Contextual context. Unbelievable. Okay, keep going.
What do you mean keep going?
Oh, I missed a lot. I got stuck on contextual context.
yeah.
I didn't hear anything past contextual context.
Well, I mean, it's like basically it's applying digital in the physical world where it's more contextual to the things around you as opposed to only in a box.
Okay. Guess it depends like what conclusions you draw as a result of that definition.
What do you mean conclusions?
Well, okay. So if that's your base assumption of what the metaverse is, then what? What does that lead you to? Where does that go next?
Well, I mean, like, people ask, like, his comment was like, I don't want to live in the metaverse, and it's like, well, the internet is essentially like the first stage of that.
Sure.
And basically,
look. Minecraft. What am I doing right now? This is Minecraft. I have this is my metaverse here in Minecraft. This is my character. Look, I'm dressed up like me. Right? There I am. Hey. But it's not gonna. You can go a long time before it's kind of forced upon you. Before it becomes so mainstream that it's going to be hard to live life without it. Like, it's hard to live life without a cell phone. You could do it, but a lot kind of depends on it now. For the parents who are trying to keep their kids off of phones, for as long as possible, it's really hard to be a teenager and not have a cell phone. You can, but you're going to kind of be ostracized and made fun of, and you're going to be the only one without it. So you can go a long time without having to be in the metaverse, but there will come a point where it's just baked into our fabric and you have to. Or you're gonna have to, like, you could live off grid in the middle of nowhere. You can get by. You can. So, but it's hard. What is Brian saying? Brian says, but here's the best part. Even if the topic isn't relevant, I can still pop on the Q&A and ask anything. Yeah. Yep. What challenge? We need the breakouts. Every month we have a challenge, Brian, to make content. Every month we have a challenge. This month's challenge is themed around support. So you make a 10-minute video plus on support, what it means in your if you talk about relationships, how important support is and how to get it. You make 3 collaboration videos with other movement makers, and you make a lead magnet to help grow your business all around support. And then we do a live clubhouse at the end of the month to celebrate together. We just did ours on the 31st. Brian says, I just suggested about that click option so that we have more time to do Q&A if we're all done in breakouts. So it helps make things click better for you too. But didn't you just say above you need more time for breakouts? Anyway, everything is adjusting based off of what you guys are saying, what I'm hearing, general feedback. So that's why I was just curious about what you guys thought of the format today. Xanderman in the house says, let's go. Xanderman has the comment of the night, contextual context, LOL. I'm with you, Zan. I couldn't hear with the 3 sentences that came after that. I would say you got to give Drew a break because he's got a new kid and he's only sleeping 2 hours a night. But Drew is sleeping more than the baby. How much did you sleep last night, Drew?
Do you actually want me to answer that?
Yes, I mean, that's why I asked it. Where are we at? So Drew's got a baby that's 2 weeks old, right? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Well, it'll be
almost 3 weeks.
On Sunday.
Yeah, okay. So 2.5. Well, yeah, okay. So 3-ish weeks. And how much did you sleep last night, Drew?
6 hours.
Oh, that's actually less than usual.
Yeah, it is less than. Well, so so we went to bed at like 12:30, and at 7:30, my wife, she's like, you need to deal with this. I'm going to bed. I haven't been asleep yet.
12:30 to 7:30 is 7 hours.
Well, but I mean, like, total sleep, actual sleep time.
Oh, but you were in bed for 7 hours without the baby interrupting you.
Yeah. At
almost 3 weeks. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So we can't blame sleep deprivation. Normally, I mean, I was sleeping like 2 hours a night, dude. At that point, that's crazy.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't have your life together.
No, it's all. Oh wow, wow. I'm sorry you were just such a bad dad. That's really what he's saying. Wow,
No,
wow, Drew.
I did not say you were a bad dad. I just said you didn't have your life together.
Wow, wow. All right, moving on.
I mean, if you're gonna throw shots, I'm gonna throw shots back.
Oof, oof. Jason Ash in the house on YouTube. Love you, Evan. Thanks, Jason. Much love, man. You got a question? Pop it in the chat. I'll do my best to answer. Brian says support. Okay, got it. Yeah, Brian, are you in our Discord? Like, yeah, you're in our Discord for sure. You're the yeah. I remember your character. Yeah. So in the movement maker section under challenge, you can see the different challenges that we've done, and then this one coming up. We just launched it. We just announced it today at the session. So. Okay, I don't know what I'm building next. I like this little path out. I think we go back and build more of our wall. We need to finish off this wall. I think we have enough iron to do some damage here.
Oh, what am I doing? That's what I should do.
I don't know. What are you doing, Joe?
I've been like trying to figure out. So originally I was flying around trying to see if I could find that oh shoot, what is it? The
I don't know.
Not the ocean the villager outpost.
Oh, what are you trying to do there again?
Well, one I was hoping to find one closer than the one that I found already.
Oh, okay, so you have one. Okay, but then what do you want to do? You want the banners?
No, I want to build a farm.
Oh.
What do you think I want to do?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, dude. What farm do you want to build out in the middle of nowhere at a villager outpost?
The kind of farm that gets me Bad Omen 5.
Okay, and then?
And then I can go flying.
Then you can go flying?
Yeah, then I can go flying.
How does Bad Omen 5 make you go flying?
No. It's where I'm gonna be flying.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not following. You need to build a farm to get Bad Omen 5 so then you can go flying.
Yep.
All right, well,
exactly.
Sending you lots of love and luck on this project. I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. Hey guys, you got a question? Pop in the chat. We got 24 minutes together. Let's see what you got.
I'm also like debating on whether or not this season I want to build the one shot Dragon Slayer.
I don't know what that means.
There's a build that you can do in the end just above like where the dragon spawns, such that it basically with one arrow can instant one shot the dragon.
Okay.
It basically uses like you have one arrow that is sent flying with 25 TNTs into the dragon, and it one shots them.
All right.
It's like the build is just the most ridiculous, epic thing ever.
After I went and made the end look so nice and beautiful,
well,
you're gonna blow it up.
The problem is you chose to make it beautiful before us having unlocked all 20 posts.
What's the 20 posts?
So right now we have one gate that gets us to the end. Every time you kill the dragon,
I see.
You get another gate.
But why do you need so many gates?
Because that like if you want to like if you want to like pretty up the end, then you gotta have all 20.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you can do what you want there. I'm not coming back and fixing it, so it's up to you. That was a one time. I was a surprise, like, ooh, Drew's gonna come back from having the baby and see this beautiful end to support his eyeball of destruction over there. I can't believe how long that took. Even with the Haste 2 beacon, it was crazy. Brian saying, here's a question about game streaming. Some experts are saying only focus on one game at a time for a long period, like weeks or months, and then change games so we gain audience. Thoughts? It is better. It depends on what people are coming for. Like, if they're coming to your channel to watch you play that game, then yeah, if you switch games, some people will leave. If they're coming to you because you're doing something else while they're watching a game, it's more personality or content based, like you're answering relationship questions, then it doesn't matter what game you're playing. So it's more about why are people coming to the channel? What are they hoping to get from it? If it's gameplay, then yeah, for sure. You know, I look at Manko, who's the guy I sponsored. My first League of Legends coach too, who was teaching me how to play Teemo. And when he made Teemo content, I wanted to watch it. And even when he played a different character, I didn't want to watch it. When he played Lee Sin, like I don't want to watch you play Lee Sin. I mean, Lee Sin sucks. I want to watch you play Teemo. And his audience would drop off there. And then when he went to play different games, like, oh, forget it. I don't want you to play these games. Because he built his entire channel around him being the best Teemo player in North America. If the channel was something else, and that's why people were coming, if the channel was him answering questions or him doing a cult of personality, you know, if the channel was something else, then people would still watch. But because he built it around Teemo and League of Legends, and that's all people want. Brian says, we're doing it like you suggested to teach dating coaching and such and do Q&A like this. Awesome. So how do I get good titles for Twitch to capture attention? It's interesting because I don't know if it's a category, right? You can look at the categories on Twitch and see which one kind of fits the best. But I think for you, honestly, it's building the relationships with the people who are streaming. Oh, I forgot to go get my stuff there. Right. Good times. My ender chest that I lent Jeffrey. Not my ender chest, my shulkers. Hey, my 8 shulker boxes. He returned them. Good. Perfect. Look at that. Glad I came up here. I don't know how long they've been there. Probably a very long time. So I'd be looking at building relationships with the streamers. Maybe even doing like a co-stream, like having somebody come on your stream and talk about it. Look at them. Oh, who's the gamer guy who talks with gamers about he's a psychologist. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah, you know that guy?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Oh, you just know of that guy. You know that guy, you know of that guy.
I have watched many of his content, mainly as a function of my younger brother.
Oh, okay, cool. So you know of the guy. So that guy, I would model him. Like, how did he blow up? I would go look at, maybe even try to interview him about how he grew his channel. All right, this mob spawner that we created on day 1 is now officially coming down because it's in the way. Why are we wooing?
Because it's kind of an eyesore in your base.
I mean, it has memories.
Oh yeah, all the memories.
All the memories. It's a very Jew line. All the memories. It's got all the memories. Yeah, it's a little sad, but it's fine. It's time. It's time to move on. We've grown, and we need the space, so we're getting rid of it. So I would model that guy. I would look at his channel, look at his content, see what he's doing, because that's basically the exact same thing. He's just taking it from a psychology perspective instead of a relationship perspective. But a lot of things that the gamers are struggling with for psychologists, relationships. So I would try to interview him for your show, and I'd also try to study his model, his success, and see what he's done. What did I miss? Fonda White in the house. Hey, Fonda. Welcome, man. Welcome back. Great to have you, as always. Want to know how I can incorporate a coaching business around spirituality in it, as well as how I can incorporate my speaking and coaching business into it by going to school or community centers? Okay, so school and community center is a little harder. The reason to do that would be if you can film it and get content. You just have to be a little worried about like not ever showing the kids on camera, because that can lead you to some issues. And going into schools, the business model is not as fantastic. So you do it because you get content that you can put on your channel. Again, just film you. Don't film any of the kids. That could work. So you have content for your channel. But schools don't have a lot of money, right? High schools, elementary. I don't know. You're probably going to elementary schools, but high schools don't have a lot of money. So it's hard to make a business model out of it. So that becomes a content game that you put on your channel, and then maybe you get hired to come and do either some coaching work or some other speaking gigs because they saw your videos. Like you look at Eric Thomas, right? One of his top videos was him, the So Bad You Can Breathe video, right? Where he's in a classroom and he's like pushing this kid's head down into his desk, saying like, you can't breathe. Imagine you can't breathe. What do you want to do? Like that video, early Eric Thomas helped blow up his speaking career, but he's not getting paid by high schools to go in. He's getting paid by corporations and NFL teams and people who have budget for speakers. So it's a content play. Brian says we're also doing game reviews on the same channel, so it's reviews, streaming, also a bit of Q&A. So that's where it gets a little dicey, right? If you're doing game reviews and it's about the actual game, but then you're also talking relationships, that's probably different audiences. And different audiences usually you want, oh, I don't have space because of all of Jeffrey's shulker boxes, right? Oof. Different audiences usually want to have different channels. So that's where I'd be a little concerned for building up your profile. Ooh, don't fall in there. I'm going to die. Fun. If you check Gabby Bernstein, she teaches how to incorporate spirituality. Yeah, Gabby's awesome. Gabby is part of our beach gang. She's great. But Gabby does a lot of speaking. Obviously, there's a lot of Instagram lives, focus on her YouTube channel. I don't know that she does much or anything going into schools. So, yeah, the schools gives you content. The businesses can pay you to speak. Okay, let me fly in and then see. Oh, here's my new entrance. Look at that. Yes, what an entrance. We're doing it. Drop off these shulker boxes, have more space. Perfect. Showtime. Doing 2 presentations. Support and believe in yourself. All right, Zan, good luck. Much love, man. Have a great stream. Makes sense. Where would be the best fit to get a speaking business going? You start making a lot of videos on speaking, right? So that's where going to schools could be great because you have an audience. But again, just filming you, not the kids. So get into as many as you can. I would call every school up, every university, every community center, everybody who's anywhere close to you. Think about how many schools are close to you, right? And you guys are back to school, right? Like kids are going to school. Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like depending on the state, depends on like what that looks like.
Well, kids are going to school here, so
whether you're doing it virtual
or some kids doing it virtual. I mean, even if you're doing virtual, you could still do it, but you don't get as good footage because it's, you're in your house. But the kids are going to school here, so usually the Ontario rules around this stuff have been a lot stricter than anywhere in the U.S. But anyway, get as many speaking gigs as you can. Call up every school. Offer to do a speech at their next assembly. Go in, film it, rinse and repeat. There's hundreds of schools around you. You can go and do it at all of them. Libraries, community centers, anywhere where they're doing any kind of public speaking opportunities. And you're doing it, yes, to build reputation, but you're doing it for content. And then YouTube videos. Speak every day. I mean, we've talked about this before, but speak every day. Speak every day. Speak every day. Make videos every day. This is your skill set. This is what you're good at. So every day you're making a new video. Every day new video. Every day new video. Every day new video. Post, 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 post. Really want to take it to the next level rather than YouTube? Well, YouTube is what gets you to the next level, right? It's not about trying to just, I mean, you could monetize YouTube and make some good money doing it, but you have to be at a certain level to make that happen. But YouTube is your marketing. Treat YouTube as your marketing. You get to the next level by making awesome YouTube videos. Eric Thomas blew up from YouTube. You could blow up from YouTube. So YouTube is your marketing engine. People are going there to learn, to be inspired, and they're going to see your videos and say, I need to hire this guy to come speak. Like, the people hire me to speak, it's because they've seen my YouTube videos. So it's free marketing. I mean, it's your time, but you're not spending money taking out ads promoting your speaking business. Should I just focus on YouTube and Instagram lives to get my speaking business going? Well, yeah, but do what I said. So you go actually speak wherever you can, book. You should be doing 1 to 3 speaking gigs a week. You want to blow this up? 1 to 3 speaking gigs a week, Fonda. Make that your goal. Contact every YMCA and library and school, that's within an hour drive of you, and go offer to speak, and do that 1 to 3 times a week. You'll get a lot better at it, and you get some content. And then when you're not speaking, you're making videos of you speaking. Right? It's like, how quickly do you want to grow? How much do you want this? That's the fast path. You want to start making money at it, that you got to increase the reps. You want to do 1 speaking gig at a school every 6 months and a video on YouTube every week or every month, whatever. You can eventually get there, but it's going to take you a long time. Brian says 2 separate channels, then one for gaming, dating help, and the other for game reviews. Can I keep them both on the same website, though, and same Instagram? Again, think audience. Is it the same audience or not? If it's a different audience, normally I like having people keep it on the same channel because it's just so much easier. But this one I'm struggling with because you're doing game reviews. How is that going to tie into relationships? It feels like a totally different audience. So then it'd be separate everything. And then what I would focus on is, well, which one, you have lots of interest, okay, which one is going to be the one that actually gets you paid sooner? And I would go all in, me personally, I would go all in on that one. Like, you want to start making money doing this? Great. Which one gives you the best chance? You like both of them, I hope, right? If you don't like it, then that's easy. But you like both of them, okay, great. So which one gives you a better shot at making some money? And then focus on that one. Like here, look at what I'm doing here. This Minecraft stream does not make me money, right? If I was focused, if I needed to make money, like if everything goes to 0 or I'm starting over from scratch or whatever, right? I'm not making Minecraft videos. I'm not doing this. I'm doing something else. That gives me a better shot at making some money so I can support myself. Makes sense, Evan, on speaking, as well as Drew for the Facebook hacking as well. What was Facebook hacking, Drew?
I have no idea.
All right.
His Facebook account got hacked.
Oh, that sucks. Well, Drew is a man of many talents. Brian, Fonda is asking the same. I was thinking, so this will help me too. Hey, Fonda, I'll reach out if you're movie makers. Fonda is not a movie makers, but you can still reach out. You guys can still do stuff together. Fonda's great. Fonda's Believe Nation. I'm doing a 100 video challenge that started February 1. How often should I split up YouTube or Instagram and Facebook? I post to all. So there it's combination of like, what do you, if it's, how much is strategy and how much do you actually love it? So what's the reason to be on the different platforms? Like Facebook, I wouldn't be on at all. Facebook, there's unless you just love some of their features or something, or you already have a community there. Facebook sucks, and
there's a reason they just lost 26%.
Yeah, and like negative growth, they're going down. And if you're talking to youth, that is the worst. Facebook has completely lost the youth market. Facebook is 40 plus, and like losing losing audience. So Facebook is, if you give me an option of where I would want to be, I would not put any time on Facebook. Instagram, I would do if you're coaching people. If it's just you talking by yourself, Instagram is not going to help you that much. If you're coaching people, Instagram could be great. And then that Instagram also becomes a YouTube video. So that's how I would split it up. Mala in the house. Hey, Mala. Welcome, welcome. Brian says, yeah, same audience because they're both gamers and geeks. Yes, okay. But they're coming for very different things, right? Like, what do they want? Well, they want relationship advice, or they want your game reviews. It's the overlap is going to be pretty small, probably. I mean, hey, go prove me wrong. But it feels like every time I've seen it happen where it's a mix like that, both content gets suppressed. You know, like the people who want the relationship stuff say, okay, what I don't care about his Minecraft review. And the people who want your Minecraft stuff, it's like, why is he talking relationships? I want the Minecraft stuff. As opposed to having two different series. So I would split it up, but honestly, before even splitting it up, I would just kill one and focus on one until you get enough traction that you're making money on it. Unless you just can't handle it, and like one's just a passion project, like I need to do both. I need to scratch the itch. I'm gonna go crazy. Otherwise, I'd pick one. You probably have you'd probably have an easier time on the relationship one because there's so many people doing game reviews, and it also doesn't last. The content doesn't last, right? It's very news related because once the game comes out, who cares next year about your review of the 1.16 Minecraft patch, right? Like nobody cares anymore. Where your relationship stuff is more timeless and can live a longer time and get you views and attention and traction, and is a lot more white space. But that's only being strategic and not listening to your heart and what you actually care about and want to do. But you have a better chance of making money in the relationship one than on game reviews. Mala says, after a long time, how you doing? Things are good. Things are good. We're gaming. We're helping. We're doing a thing. Today we had movement makers today, so it's always fun. Today was bonkers. Today was so much happening. Today was no break day. Break is after this. But wouldn't have another way. Brian says our audience is 26 to 40-year-old gamers and geeks. Yeah, so Facebook is not your market. Facebook is 40 plus. Fauna says, okay, no Facebook, LOL, but Instagram to reach people and YouTube to build message and business. Yeah, just like what I said. If you're making a solo video or a speech or you're filming you going into high schools or whatever, YouTube. If you're going to do an Instagram live, you're coaching people, you're going to help them one-on-one with their things, then Instagram. And then take that video and cut it and turn it to YouTube. Instagram organic is dying too, guys, right? Instagram organic is not gone the way of Facebook, but Instagram is not a growth platform. So Instagram just has some fun live features. So I'll still do Instagram lives. I think it's good to do Instagram lives, but it's also giving you content for your YouTube channel. YouTube is where you want to be. I have too much iron. I need to go drop some of this stuff off. How do I get out? Hey, here we go. Perfect. Okay, let's drop some of this stuff off. What else we got? We got 2 minutes. Oh no. Mala says need help in overcoming from a loop. Stuck there for the last couple of months. But there's nothing on loop. Mala, what's the loop? If we don't have time, come back tomorrow. I wanna help. Mala, we gotta get you out of this loop. Mine says, Mine's talking to Brian. Okay, cool. Fonda says, I know you mentioned this before, but how can I coach people on Instagram with no clients right now? Well, so yes, I mean, I mentioned before, it's worth going back, or I'll say it again now, but take notes, Fonda. Then you got to do it. You look at who's already following you. and you reach out to them and say, I'm starting a new show where I'm coaching people. I'd love to help you for free for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour, whatever, one-on-one. What are you struggling with? And you have some people who are following you already. You reach out to everybody with a video DM and you offer your help. That's what I did. And I booked the first week plus of people. Oh, I started a daily show. It was a daily show. And now I'm 3 times a week on Instagram, doing live other places like here too. But yeah, people who are already following you. That's your target market. Thank you guys. Love you. Believe. All right, keep us posted, Fonda. We're cheering for you, man. Did I miss something? Instagram for coaching makes sense. Wow, I never knew that. Yeah, Instagram organic is just, it's only because Instagram organic is falling. It's just not, it's nowhere near what it used to be. It's not the place anymore. So, but it's still helpful. It's still good, but YouTube and short form is TikTok, and Instagram is still there, still relevant, but losing relevancy. Not every day, but losing relevancy bit by bit. It's on its way to be Facebook unless they make some changes. 8 o'clock, guys. Thank you for the love. Today seemed to really fly.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe time flies when you're having fun. Today seemed to really fly. Hope you guys enjoyed all that contextual context we gave you tonight.
See, there are the punches.
And we'll see you again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bring your questions. Come on early. Continue to believe. And we'll see you then. Much love. Take care, everybody.